How will the book be formatted? Will it be choose your own adventure or a step-by-step guide? This is an interesting question. Don't really I can't picture what choose your own adventure would be. I've read and taken a lot of inspiration from things like digital minimalism, deep work, and building a second brain, the Power Method. I'm reading Tiny Experiments right now by Anne-Laure Lecomte of Nest Labs, and they all seem to come across in quite a similar, consistent way. So the way I'm kind of perceiving the book as it's being written right now is again quite similar. So it's more of a personal story where I've come from at the start and how the minimal note taking theory and idea fits into that story, and then we go on to a couple of sections about a little more detail about the system, and then towards the end some more specific details or broader, wider use cases and applications. So I guess step-by-step guide, although a lot of a main theme that you're going to see that comes across in this Q&A is that I'm not going to be particularly prescriptive in the book as to excuse me, how your system should run. It's more going to be, as we'll find out later, a guide to what underlies a good system and how a good system should be developed and maintained and continued to be used. And so step-by-step guide, I think, is a closer response to reality than choose your own adventure. But at the same time, it's not going to be like a listicle step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bang, bang, bang. It's going to be a lot of different things. And so that's that one. Will this be a tactical guide to your minimal note-taking system, or will it be an overarching discourse and discussion on minimal note-taking from a theory standpoint? So I think we just addressed this a little bit. I don't have a system as such called minimal note-taking. I have Parazetto as a system, and that's the kind of the course and the brand and the templates that I sell. But minimal note-taking is not a system. It's more a framework and principle that underlies how you might build a system. So Parazetto has been built with minimal note-taking in mind. And I mean, a couple of other popular systems that have been put together, I'm sure, like, I mean, Paramethod and Tiago Forte, the way he's taken notes has probably been put together with minimal note-taking in mind. Whether he's called it that or known that prior to this, I'm not entirely sure. We will see. Well, we won't see, but it's hard to tell what's gone on inside of his head whilst he's built that. But minimal note-taking is more of a theory thing. I will go into different mechanisms by which to run your system so that you can choose the best one for your minimal use case in the book. But I'd say more broadly the second point here rather than a tactical guide. Of course, there will be tactics, but there won't be like specific app suggestions or prescriptions. Like I said, we're going to keep coming back to the prescriptive idea. I'm not going to try and be prescriptive. I'm going to try and outline the main idea that comes underneath all of the popular prescriptions and systems and recommendations on the internet. So that will be more of a discourse and discussion, although there will be recommendations and suggestions and things, but there'll be a mixture of both. But I see it at the moment as more of a general theory idea that will help you understand how to build systems better, as opposed to just another system that, I mean, follows minimal note taking, but you don't understand why or how it works. So the launch, it's going to be Friday the 12th, so the coming Friday, and it'll be the pre-sale of the book because, of course, it's not completed yet. You get it for $6.99. The price following this will be $13.99, so half price. I'm working on a little bonus package as well, which some of you might be interested in. I'm not going to let you know what the features of that are yet, but just know that there will be an opportunity to kind of invest a little bit more, but then be very closely tied to the production of the book and also get a couple of exclusive bits and pieces that will be like a limited run and nobody else will be able to get a hold of them either. Launch Friday. If you've not already, then be on the email list. This will be on YouTube as a questionnaire section. Be on the email list, which is the top link in the description, and you will be informed when it's time to purchase. And you have the weekend. After that, there's not going to be another pre-launch like this, and the price is not going to be half price. So get in there and pay attention, and you'll be able to get the book for cheap and support that its continued writing and development.